I was inspired by your video out in the snow today that you released, and I thought if Skinny Dan could do it, Chubby Brian could brave the cold for a little bit and do a little video, a little tour of our neighborhood and our lake. It is quite a bit colder here. I think it's minus 18 Fahrenheit right now, and there's a little bit of a breeze, but it's not too bad. But you definitely need some cold weather gear. Number one, use what God gave you. Big scruffy beard. Number two, gloves don't work when it's like this. You have to have mittens, but you can't use mittens when you're using a phone. So these transform. So I've walked down to our little neighborhood's access to the lake. It's a little beach area here with picnic tables, grills, all that sort, and only our people have access to it unless you're trespassing. I actually just walked out onto the lake right now, and if I can figure out how to flip the camera around, I'll have to pause it. This is our lake. Our neighborhood put in a little hockey rink here for the little shits to fight and hit flat things with sticks. Being from Virginia, not much of a hockey town. It's a 730 acre lake. I'm a little bit not too happy about walking across it because some parts are 70 feet deep and I don't swim very well. And if you look all the way across, there's a little public park over there. So let's get walking. To show a little bit how scary this is, because I don't know if you've ever been on a frozen lake to where you can walk across it and stuff. This is what you got under the snow. I mean, this is just the ice right here. And it pretty much stays clear. You can see through it. And I don't know. I still haven't gotten used to it yet. Not a big fan. But only the brave leave the house and don't get the adventure. So this is one of the spots I was talking about. You can see, got the gorgeous weeping willow there, right next to a little stream that comes in, and it's still flowing water. So imagine, I don't know if they put this stick out here to say don't go past that point. If they were smarter, they'd put a sign on it so dumbasses from the south don't walk over there like me. But it makes me feel better that people have been through here with their snowmobiles, but then again they displace their weight over a distance and not on two boots. Also, I weigh 240 pounds. I don't know what that translates to stones, but it's quite a bit. And, you know, that always makes me uneasy too. I feel like a fatty out here walking on this stuff. So, some of this stuff is still new to me too. And I think it's cool, the stuff you find out here. And, this is tracks of someone doing cross-country skiing. I haven't done it. It looks pretty difficult. I don't know if I'm that coordinated because I sure as hell can't dance. But it's pretty cool. And over here you can see where people have driven their ATVs as snowmobiles and just kind of generally messed it up and make it look sloshy, which again adds to the fear of falling in. Now, I think if I remember from the summertime where I'm at right now, it's about 20 to 30 feet deep. That's looking back at the beach. And then kind of over in this general area is where it gets down to 70. I know there's really no difference between 20 and 70 when you're falling through, but it makes me feel better to stay away from it. So, right after I just shut the video camera off, the ice snapped 3 times. Now it might just be surface stuff that's happening. I don't know enough about it. I'm not messing around with it. And you can see my breath is starting to freeze in my mustache. That's not snot. So maybe what I'll do is stick a little bit closer to shore, because when you walk in, you can walk in 20 or 30 feet and it's only chest deep. At least then I can pull myself up if something happens. The only issue is there's some places where creeks feed in from the shore, and those places tend to stay a little bit thinner longer, but I'll see if I can walk around. My goal is to get over to the park. No reason, I've just always wanted to walk across it. It seems cool that you can walk across a lake to a park. I don't know how well you can hear me because the wind's really picked up here, and that's why I'm headed back in. I only made it halfway. My legs were getting cold enough to where I didn't think it was safe to keep going, but and my phone froze for a few minutes. It wouldn't work anymore, so I had to put it in an inside pocket so it would warm up and start working again. But the funny thing is, walking across the ice, it's constantly making noises. Sorry, my mustache is freezing to my beard and I can't open my mouth. Most of the noises it makes sounds like when someone pulls up next to you in a car and they've got a male newscaster turned up too loud and you just hear the coming through. I keep stopping to see if someone has a radio on. It's weird. But then other times, I don't know if you had we called them a zoom tube they made when we were kids. It was like a cardboard cylinder with a spring inside that made weird noises. And it's like a bassier version of that. And it goes all the way across the lake. I don't mind it. I mean, it's not that bad. I wouldn't want to go out anywhere with Shackleton, but I'd also probably be one of the first ones dead and eaten because I have the tastiest meat. I'll let my phone warm back up. Check in a bit. Alright, I'm trying to shield the mic with my glove from the wind. But this is one of the things, I don't really know how this stuff works. It scares me a little bit. Although all along you'll find these cracks that, you know, you can't. I obviously can't fall through. I mean, look how small it is next to my boot, but you come across and these things will go all the way across the lake and you think, am I on a little island like a polar bear that's gonna break off and fall through? And at the same time, this family has put up like an official sized hockey rink with walls and spotlights. Their kids are the ones that are gonna get scholarships for hockey. The other thing too, if you noticed, all the houses have these little boat lifts out here. Some of the people back home have boat lifts too, but they leave them in all summer, all winter, because the lakes never get frozen enough to do anything about it. Here, you have to pull them out and put them back in every year, because when the ice forms, it'll crush it, just like Shackleton's boat. But it's kind of an eyesore just sitting in your yard all winter. I don't know, you've got this nice big house, and you've got this shit sitting in your backyard. You think they could pay to store it somewhere, or use one of their 18 rooms in their house. Back in the home stretch now, in the safety of the neighborhood so the wind doesn't get me as bad. And I had to put this scarf on because the wind started biting my face pretty bad. But I don't think it's more of a fashion scarf than an actual usable scarf, because it only made it one wrap around my giant head and there was no more scarf left. So that was very useless. Gonna go in, melt my face, grab some beers and watch some football.